Thank you for joining the wellness program at Duren's HealthMart Pharmacy. Today our topic is called Shake the Salt, Reducing Sodium in Your Diet. Here are some things that we will discuss today. Why does salt increase my blood pressure? How much salt is okay? Where does all the salt come from? And then tips for reducing sodium in your daily diet. First, let's start out with some basic information about salt and how it relates to blood pressure. Table salt has the chemical name of sodium chloride. You may have seen the chemical abbreviation NaCl before. Na is the chemical abbreviation for sodium. When we eat salt, our bodies have to retain fluid or water in order to maintain a normal balance of electrolytes in our blood. If we eat an abnormally high amount of salt or sodium, our bodies have to retain an excessive amount of water. As we've talked about before in the blood pressure video with the water balloons, too much water in the blood vessels causes the blood pressure to increase. When the blood pressure is increased for an extended period of time, the heart, arteries, veins, and organs can become damaged. So now let's talk about how much sodium the body actually needs. The typical American consumes around 6,000 milligrams of sodium every day. That's way too much. The American Heart Association recommends a maximum of 1,500 to 2,300 milligrams of sodium daily. Lowering your sodium intake to this recommended level can reduce your blood pressure by up to 2 to 8 points. You may be thinking, I rarely add salt to my food. How does this affect me? The truth is that most of the salt in our diet is placed in the food without us even knowing about it. About 77% of the sodium in our diet comes from processed and restaurant foods. Processed foods include canned vegetables, canned soups, lunch meat, canned pasta sauces, chips, snack foods, and TV dinners. Let's talk about some different examples of ways that you can watch for the sodium in your diet and avoid a sodium overload disaster. One of my favorite lunchtime destinations is Subway. In recent years, Subway has been recognized as one of the more healthy chain fast food restaurant options. However, you still have to be very careful about the type of sub sandwich you have. Let's take a look at the 6-inch Big Philly cheesesteak first. I really like green peppers and onions on my cheesesteak, along with pepper jack cheese and mayo. But wow, that totals up to 1,610 milligrams of sodium in just that one sandwich. That's more than I need in the whole day. Let's take another look at a Subway option that may be a little better. Another one of my favorites at Subway is the 6-inch oven roasted chicken sub. I like to put lettuce, cucumber, tomato, green pepper, red onions, Swiss cheese, and then oil and vinegar. That comes to nearly 1,000 milligrams of sodium less than the Philly cheesesteak sub. This would be a much better option. Ask for a nutrition guide at the restaurant to help you choose a healthy option. Most restaurants have nutritional information about their menu items listed on their website. Pick out a healthy meal selection before you get to the restaurant so you can avoid the temptation of choosing a sodium-loaded dish. Now, let's get to some of the real shockers. Some vegetables have hidden sodium. In other words, sodium that is already added to them by the canning company. Green beans are typically one of the first vegetables that come to mind when thinking of healthy side dishes. But you still have to watch out for sodium, especially if they are canned. Let's look at these canned Green Giant green beans, for example. At the top of the nutrition facts, we can see that a serving size is half a cup. Next, there are 20 calories in that half cup serving. Great! So we're good to go, right? But wait! Look at the sodium. There are 400 milligrams of sodium in just a half cup of these green beans. Now, let's look at the Green Giant frozen green beans. The serving size is again half cup after they are steamed, and they contain 30 calories. But the biggest difference is that these frozen green beans have 0 milligrams of sodium. So, be sure to check out the frozen vegetable section as an alternative to canned in order to reduce sodium in your daily diet. Other tips for reducing the sodium in your diet include removing the salt shaker from the kitchen table and tasting food before actually adding salt to it. Use black pepper to add flavor to foods. Investing in a pepper mill to grind fresh peppercorn can add a big pop of flavor to your food. Adding herbs, spices, and natural juices such as rosemary, curry, lemon juice, and cayenne pepper can add flavor to dishes without adding much sodium at all. Try using products that are labeled as reduced sodium. You still have to be careful because these products can still contain high amounts of sodium. Some examples include reduced sodium taco mixes, spaghetti sauces, and baking powders. Be on the lookout for our upcoming videos. The next video is called the 3-2-1 workout. We will discuss ways to fit exercise into a busy life. Don't forget, stop by the pharmacy for a blood pressure check sometime this week. We will also schedule a week 6 cholesterol check as well. Contact Macon Carroll, pharmacist at Duren's, if you have any questions or need assistance with your medications. You are invited to join us at Duren's for our monthly Healthy Heart Club meeting. Bring a friend and join us as we learn about heart health. We meet the second Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. at the pharmacy. Thank you and have a wonderful week.